What's up, Rovers? Today we're going to take a look at a new feature that was added in the live launch of the game. It has to do with the roguelike mode, Depths of Illusive Realm. Most of you by now, I would assume, have unlocked this, as it only requires Union level 17. Now, this is a mode where you can play as any character you own, plus a few trial character options. Echo gear is completely disabled in this mode to normalize it. However, your skill levels, weapons, and own levels do count. So why am I showing you this? In CPT2, this mode was just a for fun content with some Strat rewards, which is always worth doing, and some shiny boss echo versions. But in the live version, they added these. Malleable Elite Class Echo. These are extremely useful for earlier game and even mid-game, and they will scale fully into endgame. Doing this game mode is quite simple. You pick any unit you own, or the trial character, and grind multiple combat rooms to get first time clear rewards, special achievement rewards, and use the memory points from mode completion to level up a permanent skill tree buff that only applies to this game mode. Do keep in mind for breakable rocks in this mode, as they can contain extra buff cards or currency used to get buffs mid-run. Over time, you will finish the skill tree buffs as you farm this mode. Don't worry, it only takes about 5 hours or so to completely finish the entire tree, and the buffs they give as a whole are insanely strong, which will let you completely remove the difficulty of this game mode and curb stomp it to make it easier to acquire the shop currency again in the future. So why does this farm help so much? Let me explain the background on the Echo farm. You know how Echoes can have main stats and set effects? Trash fodder units are everywhere and can only roll attack percent, defense percent, and HP percent as main stats. Bosses are grindier to farm, but unlike trash fodder and elites, world bosses respawn every 2 minutes, and can also benefit from the databank echo drop percent buff every week, which only applies to Calamity and Overlord class. Most overworld enemies do not respawn until daily reset, which is why co-op play is useful to continue echo farming by hopping worlds. Elites are the worst of all, because not only do they only reset once daily, but there are fewer of them than trash fodder, and they have much more possible main stat rolls. You need the correct element, of which there are 6, and it can still roll attack, defense, HP, and I think healing? But it also has to be in the correct set, and gold, and actually drop. So elites are not a farm you can skip, because they're one of the very few ways to get elemental damage percent in the game, meaning they contribute a massive amount of your total DPS. Over 1/3 of your entire unit's damage comes from just having 2 elites with correct elemental percent. Even at databank 20, your odds of killing a random elite and it having the correct main stat, correct set effect, is gold, actually drops in echo is around 0.6 to 0.8%. Yes, you have to typically kill over 100 of any specific elite to get the main stat correct for your DPS. Malleable Elite Class Echo solves this problem. How? It lets you pick a 5-star elite echo of your choice, always with the matching elemental damage bonus and the correct set effect. You can see them in advance on what is available in the preview. The second echo item has the corresponding opposite elite of the element. Say I want to play Calchero DPS, an electric hypercarry. This first malleable echo guarantees me the choice to pick a Violet Feathered Heron with electro damage bonus on the Void Thunder set. The second set instead can let me pick a Flautist with electro damage bonus on the Void Thunder set. It only takes 800 elusive specimen to pick up both, and this resets every patch, so I would always recommend doing so. If you're lucky, my main recommendations is to farm elite echoes from the overworld until you get one of the correct element and set for your main DPS elites. Use one of these malleable echoes to get the second elite. Then start working on a second DPS, because you will soon need a second team around Union 40. Preferably, farm another elemental elite for your second carry, then use the second malleable echo to finish out the build. This way you can multitask farming echoes for 2 DPS at the same time and split up the malleable echoes for both to finish each setup for whichever echo species you're missing. Now, about substats. Substats are a different matter in RNG, but below Union 50, substats literally aren't required. It doesn't really matter what you roll there, they only have a slight effect in what you can and can't clear at Union 40. At Union 30 right now, it literally doesn't matter, because it's much more important to get your DPS up and running with the correct main stats in all slots as soon as possible than being picky about substats. Getting your 5-set bonus and main stats correct is the majority of your damage in this game. Union 50 is about 2 months away, so for more casual players, you don't need to worry about substats at all for now. Grandier players, I'd recommend to start picking at substats around Union 40, because before that, you will not have enough wave plates available to farm for the Echo EXP items required to get everyone built. Instead, focus on ascensions, weapon ascensions, and skill upgrades. Otherwise, good luck on your Echo farm. I hope this information was useful to you today. Cheers! If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like, or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Stick around if you want to see interesting videos on a nearly daily basis. You don't miss out on any of that, do you? And that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.